everyone, welcome to Home Cooking with me Hema Subramanian. Paniyaram is a dish that can be easily made, but most people struggle to get the batter right. So in this video, I'm going to show you all a nice Chettinad special Kuzhi Paniyaram recipe. This paniyaram is nice and soft and fluffy. So now let's get started and check out how to make this delicious Kuzhi Paniyaram. For this recipe, I've taken 1 cup of raw rice and I've soaked it for about 3 hours. So the rice is soaked beautifully. It's a 250 ml cup measurement that I've taken. I've soaked 1/4 cup of Urad Dal along with half teaspoon of Fenugreek Seeds for about 3 hours. So first I'm going to grind the rice, transfer the soaked rice to the mixer jar, just adding a little bit of water. So we need to grind it to a nice smooth batter. So you can see it's ground to a nice coarse batter. At this point I'm just going to add the Urad Dal and grind it all together. I'm just adding about half teaspoon of salt. Close the jar and continue to grind. So just add little water at a time to get that smooth batter. You don't want to add too much because then it can become very runny. So let's check on the batter now. It looks pretty smooth to me. So I'm just going to grind it just a little bit more. The batter is nice and smooth. The mild grainy texture is not there. So once the batter has come to this consistency, you can transfer it to a bowl and keep it aside. So I've just added about 1 tablespoon of water. Just going to gently mix it in. So before you leave it to ferment, just mix the water, nicely whip it like this. The batter for the paniyaram is ready. Make sure you ferment it correctly for about 8 hours or more before you make the paniyaram. We're going to temper a few ingredients. To the pan, add about 2 teaspoons of oil. Once the pan is heated, add 1 teaspoon of Urad Dal, add about 1.5 teaspoons of Chana Dal, add 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds, 1 teaspoon of Cumin Seeds. So first I'm just going to roast these ingredients. Once the mustard seed starts splattering, add about half teaspoon of Hing, that is Asafoetida powder. Maintain the flame on a medium-low. So now I'm just going to add a few other ingredients, starting with a piece of finely chopped ginger, 2 green chilies finely chopped. Next I'm adding 1 medium-sized onion that's finely chopped. Just add a few curry leaves, about half teaspoon of salt. Just mix everything well. Finally, I'm just adding about 2 tablespoons of freshly grated coconut. And a few chopped coriander leaves. So mix everything well. Now you can see this is the mixture that we're going to add into the batter for the paniyarams. Turn off the stove. Keep this aside. I've fermented the batter overnight. It should be a nice pouring consistency. To this I'm going to add all the tempered ingredients. Transfer the tempered ingredients into the batter. Just mix everything well. If you feel the batter is too thick, you can always add a little bit of water to dilute it. Just going to add a little water to get the right consistency. So the batter has loosened up a little bit. It's a nice dropping consistency. It's not too thick or too runny. So now the batter for making the paniyarams is ready. You can check for seasoning at this point, and if you do need to add a little bit of salt, you can add it. Heat a paniyaram skillet. So these skillets will be available online for you. You can purchase them. So now we're going to heat the paniyaram skillet. Take a small teaspoon of oil and pour it into the skillet. Start pouring the batter into the skillet, into each of the molds. Just pour 3/4 of the mold because as you can see the batter will nicely puff up. You don't want it to overflow and come out of the mold. Maintain the flame on a medium. You don't want to keep it on high because the paniyarams have to cook through. Cook on one side till it comes to a lovely golden brown color. So now gently start flipping each of the paniyarams to the other side. So I'm just using a skewer stick like this, it's easier. You can also use a fork or a spoon, whichever is easy for you to flip them over. So you can either use ghee or gingerly oil to make these paniyarams. Preferably gingerly oil because it tastes very good, but you can also use whatever oil you have at home to make these. You can serve these delicious and fluffy Kuzhi Paniyarams nice and hot with different kinds of chutneys. I have served with 4 different types of chutneys. I'll give you a couple of links to the chutney recipes. You can check them out. Here's a detailed video of the Kuzhi Paniyaram recipe. You can enjoy this for breakfast or even light dinners. So do try the recipe, enjoy and share it with your family and friends. So for more exciting and wonderful recipes, subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell icon to get your notifications. The second edition of our home cooking book is now available on our website 21frames.in. I'll give you the link in the description. You can go and check it out. The book is currently available only in India for now, so you can place your orders on 21frames.in.